In order to make a refund in this software, you need to go to Manager's menu and Refund. Now, you don't have to be a manager to do a refund. However, you do need to have the proper clearance as an employee to do refunds, and we discussed that in one of the previous videos where we set up employees and what they can and what they cannot do. So if the employee has the proper clearance to do refunds, they can go to Manager menu and Refund, and they get to this screen, which is the one where we complete refunds. In here you need to input the invoice number or the receipt number, and then click Find. The receipt will be found, and then we can go on about giving a refund. If by any chance you don't have the invoice number because the customer didn't bring back a receipt, maybe they lost it or misplaced it, you can always look it up in the system. You can go to History, look up past invoices, and in here you can look up an invoice by the invoice number, and of course in this case we don't have it, that's why we got in here. You can do last name, phone number, or email address. So in our case, if we're looking at for the invoice number, our choices are last name, phone number, or email address of the customer, of course. So let's go ahead and do the last name of the customer, and it looks like they have invoice number 2. Of course, if you have multiple ones, you can just try to see by the date and time and just pinpoint the one in question. Right now they only have invoice number 2, multiple lines on the invoice. That's what this is showing. So we'll go back into the Manager's menu and Refund to complete the refund procedure. We'll type in 2 for the invoice number, click Find, and it finds it with all the 4 lines in that invoice or that receipt, and gives you some more details about the whole purchase. You can expand any of these columns if you want to see more. And in here you have a couple ways of refunding. Let's say you want to refund the whole receipt. You just click Refund All. Let's say you want to refund a certain line, only one item. You select it simply and click Refund Selected. Let's say you want to refund multiple lines but not the entire receipt. You just select those lines by holding the Control on your keyboard and just clicking with the mouse, and therefore highlighting what you want, and then clicking Refund Selected. And in the end, if let's say this first line that has 3 items on it needs to be broken down into 3 lines and refunding just one of those or 2 but not all of them, you select it and click Uncluster Quantity. So that's going to uncluster them from being 3 in one line to 3 separate lines, and then you can select certain ones of those and just refund them if you don't want to refund at all. For the purpose of this video tutorial, we'll just keep it simple. We'll just click Refund All to complete the refund. So it's advising you on what kind of change you need to give to the customer, what you owe them. And that's how you do a refund.